In order for me to share my knowledge of C++ or Linux or any other technology related thing for that matter, is to make videos of it and share it using my social media platforms like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or something, right? And the quickest way to do that is to just make YouTube videos. Okay, so my first video will be a C++ video, and that'll be me explaining how the Fibonacci sequence work in C++. Alright, so let's just go and see how it works. Alright, so once you open the new C++ file using the VS Code or any other code editor, you just make a new CPP file. Okay, once you did that, then the first thing is to include the main library for the input and output. After that, you need to use the standard namespace, because this makes the thing a lot easier to, like, instead of making the std and then the colon and then cout or cn, you just have to write this one. Now let's make two functions. First, let's make a main function, and then make another function called fib sick, and then let's give him a number. This is just I gave the number parameter because this is just for the loop, right? So how long do you want the loop to be or something? You'll see that later. Now we need to create the variables. Now what these do is just the placeholders. For example, I will add the first one. Now if you see the Fibonacci sequence, we know what the first number is, right? And then we know what the second number is. Second number is 1, right? Now these two are standard, like these two, all the Fibonacci sequence is standard, but these two numbers, I think, I'm not sure how to do that, the sequence without them, but maybe if I learned it, I will share the next video. Now what we have to do is to create another variable called next, or anything, and just give him a value of 0. Once we did that, now we need to make a for loop. I think I heard that you can do any other loop too, but we will just do this one. And then we will just give him the loop number as the number is how many times you want this loop to run, right? We'll just give them as this number. That's why I give the parameter number for this one. Now for the code, we first need to output our the first variable. If we just give it a little command, so just go to new line, because we need to do the first line, because first sequence, the first number in the Fibonacci sequence is 0. That's why we have to give it a 0. Now the second number, we don't have to give it the second number because we just have to just manage the variables here ourselves. Now for the next variable, if you look at the Fibonacci sequence, right, the number starts with 0, and then it goes to 1, and then the third one number is the addition of the first and the second number. So the third number, if here is 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. And now after the 1, the fourth number is the addition of the two numbers before of it. So see, 1 plus 1 is 2. If you see the 3, the addition of the two numbers before it is 2 plus 3, 1 is 3, and so on and so forth. So now the next number is the addition of the first number, or the number before the two numbers before it. So the two number before the next number here is first and second. Now once we did that, we know what the second number is. The second number is our first number, because here, if you see, we only output the first number, so we will just give it we will just give the second number the value of the first one. Now we know the first number. In order to output the next number, we just make it next. Once we did that, now we know our sequence is done here. We just have to copy this one. For C++, since it's object-oriented language, whatever comes first, it'll do that one first. So if we bring the main function below it, then it'll work just fine. But if you want to do the void function below main function, then we have to put declaration in all the way up top. Okay, once we did that, in order for the end main to access it, it should be above it, and the function should be declared above it, not below it. Alright, so now we just give it like a cout and say how many numbers do do you want to be printed? Alright, and then we'll just give him a cn command saying what? Oh yeah, sorry, int number. We'll give him just number. Alright, so now since we gave this the number command, oh yeah, cout, not cout. Alright, the number, if you see, I gave the parameter number here because we need a variable in order to see how many times the loop should run. Alright, so now when we did that, we just bring the what? The fibsig, and we put number parameter in here. We can name this any name that we want. We just have to have a parameter inside of the Fibonacci sequence. It doesn't matter if these two are different or not. Let me do that different, just so you can see. Div, and then div, and then we'll just give him the parameter def. Since it's integer, it won't matter anything. Alright, now press command save, or for Windows user control save, and now come to the terminal, just clear this, and then g++ fib.cpp. I just gave the name fib just so it makes it easier for me, and then enter. Okay, once you're done that, then now you see dot slash, you run the file. I mean, in Windows I think you should have .exe, but in Linux we have .out. ./a.out. Now it says how many numbers do you want the to be printed, right? The Fibonacci sequence. I will give it, for example, 50. Let's just see how much. No, it's totally too big. Let's just give him 10. If you see here, the first number is 0 as we gave it 0. The second number is 1 because we declared this on 1. And then the third number is the addition of the first and the second number is 1, and then the third number is 1, right? It is the addition of the first and the second, or the two numbers above it. This command works because of that. And then if you see below here, it's 2. 2 is the equal to the addition of the two numbers before it. And then here, if you see here, 34 is equal to 21 plus 13, which is the addition of the two numbers before it. Okay, if you run the same command, for example, let's give it 100 times. Oh god, yeah, it's gonna be a huge number, but I don't know why it went to negative. We will see that probably in the next video, but it's a huge number here, so that's why we didn't want to do that in the first place. Let's just give it, for example, 20. Yeah, see, it'll be the addition of this and that and that, and then it'll go on. It'll be like more than compound numbers. I think it's better than that. In the next video I will be having another video about another sequence, and if you wanted to see it,